Hello and welcome back to another episode of Stellaris. It has been a hot minute, hasn't it? So let's take a look at what happened in the first two episodes, really. This is the United Terran Alliance. We are a conglomerate of survivors of a, we'll say World War III post-apocalyptic scenario, and we've kind of formed into this federated society of those who believe in meritocracy and kind of an idealistic foundation. So we've overcome our more base instincts, and we're now trying to spread our message of kind of like a peace and outgoing mindset here. We are egalitarian, xenophile, and materialist. So we do we are fans of other species for the most part, except for when we are the one true Gilbert, and they like to try to form mega corporations. These are actually okay. We are playing the Liguin update, and this is the Megacorp expansion. So we do have all of those things enabled, and so the people next to us, I think actually both of these are from the kind of the species pack that Quill18 dropped off on his channel. So thank you to Quill for having all of these species available. I did not quite get the same images and all the characters just because I don't have the same packs as he does, but either way it's pretty awesome to have these encountered. So we do have the Holy Romaine Empire up to the this direction, northwest, I guess. And they are a little bit authoritarian and militarist, so we think we might have a clash with them coming down the road. They do have a very negative opinion of us, and I think we are actually rivaled and being rivaled by them. The one true Gilbert, however, while they are a mega corporation, and they're basically a subversive cult, they've not really tried to install any branch offices in either of our colonies. So we have the Earth capital, of course, and we also have New Eden, which was our first colony. So we've slipped the surly bonds of Earth and have sent colonists down to Alpha Centauri. And now this is, if you're not familiar with it, and I'm kind of repeating some information because it's been so long since my first couple episodes that this might be new to a lot of people, but this is the update that changes everything in terms of how the game looks in Stellaris. So no longer do you have 16 individual planet tiles and a population on each. Now you actually have all these different districts. You still have a population, but it can get up to like 75 or 80 of your different species that populate your planet. Okay, so we'll get to some of these items as they come to us, but for the most part, let's take a look at what we were doing. And I think we were trapped in here. We're kind of locked into this position. Unfortunately, the one true Gilbert managed to steal Ubskyke from us, and so we weren't able to kind of get an extra sector here. So Lothandra and Alpha Centauri are kind of our pincher systems here, because either of these two races, if they need to move on us on our capital, they'll have to come through either Alpha Centauri or Lothandra. So we have a kind of an advanced spaceport as opposed to just a traditional, I think it's just called an outpost, but we do have some higher level stations here to defend these two systems, and we are trying to make a stab, and I think we actually did grab Rosmir here. Romsir, I'm going to pronounce everything today, a little bit dyslexic this morning. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. We're expanding a bit north. We're trying to rush some exploration in these two areas. So this hub over here, this hub, and then farther north. We're basically trying to find who the next neighbor is, and we're trying to snag as much northern-ish territory. I mean, there's obviously no north on here, but we're trying to go up the map this way in order to try to get some more land for us. So let's go into, this is the Precursor chain. So
situation log
we
updated.
have a new, I think we actually did finish, or we're close to finishing one full, I think we actually did finish one of the trees in the previous episode. We are cracking an alien box. That is going to be fun and totally not kill us at all. And let's go ahead and start tracking. Where's this at? Okay, and we actually have a science ship. Oh, no, we don't. That's actually a science station. Okay, so what else is going on? We've got two of our science ships up north. Our construction ship is probably in the middle of building mining stations, and if it's not, we'll have them do that. We'll also drop an outpost here in this Marinius system. And we are kind of making headway into our research. It's nothing too crazy yet. We do have a nice 41% boost to science because of our, I believe it was our traditions, which, yeah, we've already unlocked a full tree. which gives us an ascension perk, which we've used to take research speed. So 10% on that, and we have quite a bit other boosts here, so up to 41%. Materialist, one of the AI researches, Ascendancy, which was the technology point there, or the Ascendancy point. So it's pretty fun. And let's see, we've got Afterburners, Basic Strike, Mineral Ceramo Metal Armor. You don't have really a specialty, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and say let's get some Afterburners going. And we're almost done with the hydroponics farm. So we haven't found any other colony sites yet. There was a planet, I think, in the Sirius system that turned out to be a big holographic display. So it was basically a fake planet, which was kind of a troll move, not appreciated there too much. We're going to have our science ships. We'll speed things up a bit. Now that I'm trying to just mentally catch up here a bit. I'm going to bump everything down just a notch, though, in case it's a bit too loud for everyone. We'll kind of go back and test the volume in here in between episodes here. So yeah, so we want to expand. We want to keep expanding. I have a very high priority on growth speed. That's the biggest drawback, or the biggest bottleneck for us right now is reproducing fast enough to populate both of these planets. So we have a growth of 2.2 monthly here. We have rapid breeders, which is kind of a human trait. That is what we actually chose for our race. How do we do? Right here we see, maybe it's something where you're able to see the species, and I can't quite recall. Right there, species. That's where you're able to see the traits for the species. So we obviously have the continental preference, and we are rapid breeders, and we are nomadic. Those are the two things I took. I also took weak, because comparatively to some of the races in the universe, we might be considered weak. We're we're flesh and bone, and we have bipedal and our weak little limbs, and yeah, maybe some of those giant spiderling kind of races from Starship Troopers might think that we're pretty lame when it comes down to it. Okay, so our construction ship is building all the mining facilities in this system. Then he's going to go over to Marinius and drop a station to expand our territory. I think I'd like to try to rush up here. Look at how many resources are available in this system. I love that all these names are something I can't pronounce right now. Jiquitium? Jiquitium? Sure. Sounds good. GQ. That's what we're going to call this system here, GQ. So we're going to try to rush up to GQ. We can build an outpost directly there. So you don't have to have your territory always connecting. We could actually bounce all the way up here.
Research complete.
Drop a station, and that would give us a little bit of a territory bubble and the ability to build in the system. So that would not be bad, but I normally only do that if I encounter aliens right next door. So if I suddenly found someone right here, I might rush and try to get that before they do. Okay, so we finished. I believe that was the hydroponics bay. So that at that point there wasn't a great deal of stuff for us to find. I like the planetary capital. It's a lot of research points. Well, I guess everything at this point is heavy on the research points. We're not even near our fleet capacity yet. So why don't we do society research from research?
System survey complete.
That's not bad. That's a 20% bonus from what the researcher's giving us. It creates a bunch of jobs. The planetary capital creates a bunch of different jobs here. I don't know if we have the people to fill this if we actually make the planetary capital yet. Hall of Judgment, we really don't need enforcers yet, though we might if the One True Gilbert starts to encroach on our territory and increase our crime levels. Right now, though, on Earth, we have very low crime because, well, I guess the pop is actually starting to bring it pretty high. Really, the skill is wasted. The 25 pop jobs. So yeah, we're nowhere near getting any crime here in this system yet. So I don't know if we need this this planetary capital or the Hall of Judgment yet. Let's go ahead and do the xenobiology, and we'll get another little boost to our science. What else we got going on here? Cool. This is a crater. Sounds great. Thank you, Ramsir. We are all finished there. Wait a minute. No, we're not. We need to come back here and do this special project, but we don't have a research ship yet. Okay, I think you're patrolling the trade routes here for no real reason, just to have a trade route. Let's see, I'll speed things up and we'll just wait for something to come up. Oh look, something came up. Okay, this is a remains of an old Dyson sphere. The Dyson sphere is, oh, this is kind of cool. I think if you get Where did it go? If you get the... Give me my traditions. There we are. I think if you pick... there's a couple of them. Engineering Colossus Project? No, that is the Planet Destroyer. It was the big builder thing. The big builder thing. Sure, that makes sense to me. Not World Shaper. I think it's Voidborn and Master Builders. Master Builders let you create habitats. Which one let you create... There it was. Galactic Wonders. That lets you build a Dyson Sphere. And Dyson Spheres basically is a construct around a planet which is used to kind of harvest all of the energy of a star. So it's a massive, massive project. Just imagine all, you know, how much physical space. It's kind of hard to comprehend how much space would be needed to actually, you know, surround our sun, for example. Okay, nothing too fancy there. We do get some extra research in this system. Oh, damn it. We are about to lose our ship because we are about to pop a big bad, as it was.
Science ship under attack.
Damn, I hate that. So we actually just lost our ship due to a Leviathan class. I don't know what they call this. It's basically a super terrible bad thing of Doom. It is, what do they call this? I think it's a Leviathan. Yeah, it is a Leviathan. I was thinking of Subnautica recently. I was like, surely it's not Subnautica the same way. What in the world is this? What? This is horrible. What is this? What is this gonna do to us? So, we have the choice of using the red, green, or blue pill. Man, that's crazy. So we basically have to pick one of these solutions. We don't know what they're gonna do. And it's gonna modify our species with this solution, or we can sell it. But selling it, that's not fun. I fully believe in the Matrix, so we're going to red pill it. And we just got... We just got social pheromones? So every one of us... Now we all excrete nicer smelling parts of ourselves, and we're more able to deal with each other in tight spaces. That is so funny. Okay, so what else happened just now? These two rivaled each other, even though there's not really any territory that touches... So there's no way for the Church of the One True Gilbert to really get to the Holy Roman Empire except through us, through these two systems. But either way, it's nice that now we have kind of an enemy of my enemy situation going on. We'll go ahead and try to do a non-aggression pact with the Church of the One True Gilbert. That should go through okay. And it'll give us a little bit of boost to diplomacy over time as they start to trust us just a bit. I think we're a little bit hopeless in terms of doing any diplomacy with the Holy Roman Empire, although thankfully we are a little bit close in power. I should spend some time, since we have so many... Ooh, we don't actually have that many alloys. Alloys is what you use to make your fleet. So I don't have a ton of alloys. They cost 100 alloys per Corvette. So we'll go ahead and drop one Corvette now. Rivalry, we got that. System surveyed, that's the... over here. Okay, we did lose the science ship, by the way. So we might look at replacing that pretty soon. I think there's so much area to explore that we really can afford it at this point. Okay, so I'm paused for just a second. Let's check a couple things. Earth has a red marker, which means that there's one person who's unemployed. We need a job. And we're about to run out of housing. So now I kind of regret not taking the research that let us have the planetary capital. So we're not quite near 35 yet, which would unlock a new building. Everything, where are we at here resource-wise? We're pretty short on food, so let's actually expand our agricultural district. This will create 2 new jobs and give us 2 housing each. So we'll get 2 housing out of this, and we'll get 2 farmer jobs. So that will give us I think each farmer gives you what? Let's go down to the workers, farmers. Each farmer gives you 7 food. 7.4 food. So that'll be a lot of food. That'll be 14 food or so. And will keep us above the minimum. We do need to do something about consumer goods at some point. And we can probably do that here because we do have an opening, although I do like... I normally like to use gene clinics because they do give you a bonus to your population growth. I think I'll do that first, and the next building I get, I will dedicate it to consumer good production. Okay. you're going to have that population until we get the agricultural district done. Do we have any missions that need to be done right away here? Habitable World Survey, that's just a generic chain here. This person was hired in, I guess basically our president was hired on a platform of saying, hey, you elect me, I'm going to build energy districts, but I don't know if we need that per se. We haven't built any yet. I don't know when their term is up. How can we tell when your term is up? Next election, 2230. I mean, I guess we could build 2 generator districts somewhere. It's kind of a waste at this point because we don't have the population for it. Yeah, we'll just deal with it. I mean, if they don't get their thing done, that's, that is what it is. Okay, so we're back to moving quickly. We've got our construction ship finishing up a couple things. Let's go ahead and grab the extra science from here. Research station. We have so many minerals, so I'm going to go a little bit crazy on the mining. The research and the mining. And then I think I will jump up here, build an outpost, and then I can actually still afford an outpost over here.
Situation log updated.
Awesome. Alien space station. A hostile alien space station. Okay. Is this, so this must be some, yeah, whoa, holy cow. This is either a race or an NPC, well, NPC, they're all NPCs, right? You can set your first contact settings in your settings to basically say, hey, whenever I encounter someone, I want to be aggressive, for example. So, I don't quite remember where you set that. I think it's in here, first contact. So it seems like their first contact setting is aggressive, which means they're normally like fanatic militarist or fanatic xenophobe. So that means we might have an enemy species up here. I don't know how far their territory extends. They might have already, well, they can't have gone here because they don't have a station here. So I think we could at least try to push out to Diomia or this system here, Anthrax, we'll say, and Theorix, and we'll try to grab those just to prevent them from coming down this pipe and stuffing us, like having us have nowhere to go. On that note, I do want to go ahead and make a new science ship, but I can't afford it. We'll speed things up just a bit, try to get some more resources.
Complete.
Okay, we've been able to do that. We've got some upgrades at some of our space stations, and we've got another tradition. So I have gone through the discovery tree. Now I'm going down the prosperity tree just to get a little bit more minerals. I do like building upkeep and district upkeep reduction, although the build cost reduction is also decent. City extra housing here. This wouldn't be a bad little mini tree to fill out. All of these I think are actually really good. So we'll go ahead and grab the standard construction template, which is going to give us a building a district, build cost reduction, and build speed increase. We'll wait for the next fun thing to happen here. Okay, I think I should have enough now to build up a new science ship. We will have to recruit some a new scientist. And we do have to be careful about this consumer goods. It's starting to really stack up the penalty, the negative. So we're getting closer to 35 population here. I might have chosen poorly on the gene clinic though, because we're only at 6 population on this planet. We'll see how it works out. We may have to basically trash a building and kind of adjust the jobs. So we have an upgrade of some sort available here. What is this upgrade?
Construction complete.
Okay, there it goes. Apparently that was the upgrade to the starbase. Oh, we didn't have enough. Minerals here, alloys for these 2 upgrades. We'll leave these alone for the moment. I'm not too worried about those. You are in Lothandra, and you don't really have much. Now this is a defensive one, so I put a disruption field generator. And did I have any defense platforms? No, but I do want to put some defense platforms here down the road. Defense platforms are really nice because they're mostly act as a delaying tactic for enemies that are in your system. Normally they can't really destroy anything on their own unless they are super well buffed. Okay, so the only person who's kind of a viable candidate right now for a scientist on an exploration ship is this person with eager. So we'll give that to them, and we will go ahead and say, let's go out this way. I want you to start oh, that's where you're going. Let's grab these 3 systems here. We'll swing in through here and grab these couple. And by then you'll just be super busy, and we'll give you an auto explorer job at the end of it. Okay, so... Ooh, here's finally a continental world. I thought we saw one up this way.
Research complete.
Okay, afterburners are done. Minerals for miners is not bad. Mining station
Anomaly
output. Either of those are pretty decent. We'll go ahead and do minerals for miners first and see what comes up after that. Alright, we've already unlocked the continental world here. This is a 19... Ooh. That's crazy. So it reduces the habitability, but I think that's still within our realm of colonizing. Not this one, but the continental world. So as soon as we can afford it, and we get a, we'll have to actually construct an outpost here to put this into our kind of our territory. We'll probably, now I could rush it. I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's cancel all his orders. Let's actually put a territory claim here, the outpost. And as soon as the research ship finishes the survey, we'll try to pick this one up as well. Remember, we are playing on a pretty big galaxy, so we're at such a small little corner of the world. I really want to make, as Quill would say, I want to embiggen our name a bit. It's really important to embiggen our name here. Okay, so we have a research agreement. This is a diplomatic protocol from the Church of the One True Gilbert. And I think this gives us a flat bonus. Let's take a look at the research tree. I bet it's going to give us a percentile increase. Yep, so wow, that's crazy. We have a 25% science boost to physics. I wonder if it's only basically what we're behind on, and maybe they get a boost to what they're behind on. But our physics just got a huge boost. We're at 66%, and what that means is it's 66% of the flat base here. So if we generate, 39 research points per turn, well, that's gonna, multiply that by 66% and add to it, and then that's how many points we're getting per month. So that's what the percentage basically is. So you do want to have a high base rate as well. And then we were also given a defensive pact. I mean, I'm okay with that. We're not really prepared at this point, nor do our people really want to go to war. Remember, we're very xenophilic, so we don't really like war as a first option. We're more about the exploration and science aspect of the world, so we'll need to, continue on our explorative ways here and try to keep the peace, very much like the early Federation, trying to be peacekeepers. We're actually really getting some good positive relations of them. Probably some of that is the trust. Where's that trust buildup? I think trust gives you a flat, yeah, it's a flat addition, or it's a flat bonus to your opinion modifier, and it builds up over time whenever you have agreements and things are going fine and you're not killing each other. So it is important. Oh, you're creepy. This is a caravanneer. This is a trader. Decreases pop food upkeep by 10%. I mean, we don't use a ton of food. I'm not too worried about that. I'd rather keep that science ship. So I will have him just, go on through. Thank you so much. Not too worried about that. Fusion reactor sounds good. Several xenoanthropologists from Earth. Oh, very cool. We have finished this. This was the chain where we basically have this. Oh, that's right. I forgot about this. This is the underground subterranean species that we are coexisting with on, I think, New Eden.
Complete.
So we did finish this up. What do we have? Colony development speed, 50%. That wouldn't be bad for new colonies. And we do like expansion. And you're basically a genius, so you're going to get a pretty decent bonus anyways. We haven't had a lot of combat yet, so I'm not sure we have to worry about the other things on this tree. So we'll go with the colony development. And I do really need to deal with this consumer goods issue. So let's try to sell some... we'll sell maybe 1,000 or so minerals, and we'll buy maybe 500 extra consumer goods here. I do like this. This is a generic trading market. It's actually kind of nice. You can do... We could set up a buy order to buy an additional... What do we need? 6? So we could do... We need to buy consumer goods for whatever it costs us. And we could actually sell some things to offset that cost. So we're now buying 7 minerals, and we're selling 7 or so. Sorry, we're buying 7 consumer goods, and we're selling minerals to offset some of that balance. So that's not too bad. That should offset some of our gains, just because I can't quite make this this happen right yet. I can't quite turn anything into... What we really need is the alloy, no, not alloy, what was it? Civilian industries. They turn minerals into consumer goods. So they turn your raw ores into your plastics and your iPods and things like that. So the Subterranean culture, they have unique sites now on our... Yeah, this is so cool. They have a unique site, a unique district tile. Tile, I should say, is all it is. It's a unique tile. And it creates jobs like a liaison officer, which is really cool. And I think this was... Where do we see that at? The Subterranean liaison officer right here gives us a extra trade, and it gives us extra amenities, basically. So happiness. So that was exciting. That was cool to see that we've worked it out with the people below the surface and the underworlders. What is our science ships? Our construction ship managed to go all the way up here and snag this system. And we'll go ahead and build an outpost here, and then we'll work our way backwards in terms of territory, and then I'll have our construction ship go back through and start dropping the mining and things like that. Ooh, you can also build one here. Wow, we have a lot of built-up influence. That is normally a very strong limiting factor. Oh no! So this is going to make our population unhappy. But we have a very high approval rating anyway. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll turn the other cheek for the moment. Things happen. Unfortunately, we got a little bit of devastation there, which does what? It is amenities, trade value, resources. So it's just a negative for... I'm not sure how long that lasts for. Probably not terribly long, maybe like a year or two. So that'll be a little bit of a drain, but I don't want it to break into open warfare with the underworlders. Okay, so this planet is enclosed in a shield. Where is this at? Hugh? Right here? Oh, this is crazy. They're in a time loop. Well, we don't exactly have the prime directive. We don't have anyone that said, hey, we shouldn't interfere with other planets. We don't have that experience yet, right? I mean, the Federation learned that mistakes were made when they dealt with other races, so maybe it's our turn to learn a bit too. Well, we're going to do the best thing we think is possible, which is to interrupt the time loop. Updated. So I'm going to actually interrupt our science officer and tell him to go ahead and start that research project right now. We still don't want your trade items. Sorry. Not a bit. This science ship, what are you doing? You're also exploring all over the place too. Oh no, this is our construction ship. Sorry. Where's our other science ship? Science ship is... Project complete. Oh, crap. Oops. Well, maybe we should stop interfering in the lives of people who are less technically advanced. Boy, if only we had some kind of, you know, directive that was, you know, primary to us that we obeyed to not interfere with other species. I don't know. Maybe we'll look into that in the future. Okay, so we're continuing to expand. We know there's some kind of, I don't know if this is an NPC, like an, what do I keep saying? It's not a faction. It might be like a unique one-off race. Because, do we have... Oh, are these the Eta aliens? Are these, We're actually going to start this research. I want to see if the Eta aliens are the Lyceria system here. What else is going on? Large group of refugees. Well, here we're not going to condemn them to their deaths. We're going to do the right thing, and you know, if they're fleeing persecution, we're going to offer them you know, amnesty. Plus, we need bodies. So there we go. We now have what? Zatrak porn. Why is everything insane to pronounce in this game right now? So the buggers are an insectoid anthropod race, and they are, oh good, they're society researchers. They are good leaders and nomadic as well. So they also have the nomadic trait like we do, but they are quarrelsome, so they don't get as much unity. I'd like to hope that the game is smart enough to assign people to the right roles. So like to assign, you know, someone who's better at science to that kind of science, but I don't know, maybe that's not the case. Okay, so we'll unpause for a bit, see what else is going on in the world. We are trying to get this territory up here. Oh, we did get Iswiria. Honestly, what is going on? Hugh, right? Huff, Shutra, Eulasia. I mean, these are okay, but good night. I feel like Paradox is just trying to screw me over on this one. Let's see how much it would cost to send a colony ship. Can we do it right now? It's got, we're lacking a little bit of the resources in the consumer goods department. No, the alloys department, actually. Can we buy alloys? We can. How about 250? Okay. And we'll send our humans first. And what are we gonna call this? We got New Eden, Earth, Redemption. There we go. I'm on a big redemption, unyielding kick lately, so we'll stick with that one.
Anomaly found.
We can research the anomaly, and our construction ship is working its way back to us. Really need to probably work on getting more alloys, because we do need to build up our fleet, because I think we're going to get into a battle at some point, as it seems that our relations with the Holy Roman Empire are only getting worse. We're pretty bad right now. The upside is, if they attack us, the Church of the 1-2 Gilbert should help us. They actually have overwhelming fleet power compared to us. So that means that, God, they're both overwhelming to us. We're this tiny little weaklings here. Let's pop a couple more corvettes up. And we got our mineral geothermal fracking research done. So, ooh, Starhold's kind of nice. You don't need a Starhold yet. I wouldn't mind getting Destroyer. Let's go ahead and grab Destroyer tech. We'll have a couple bigger ships here.
System survey complete. Special project complete.
Oh, space nomad kind of a thing going on. Oh, these guys. I think you can hire them out. Yes, these are the people who raid. So in theory, the Holy Roman Empire could hire this faction to raid us, and they'll send a raiding party and basically come in and kick our butts. How about we actually send... Would we do that, though? I don't know if we would do that. I don't think we would. We're not exactly bullies. We're more of like... Why, you dirty, you know, write a strongly worded letter to a governmental official or something like that. So we're probably going to have to get hit first, and then we'll respond from there. But we could put, as a defense, however farther north we go, we could put a defensive station maybe here in Diomia. That way if they come straight down the pipe, because they do have to travel by hyperspace lane. So if they come straight down this pipe, we could kind of stop them and... oh, goody. Ah, that's rather annoying. That didn't take long, did it? What can we offer tribute of? I mean, I'm okay just paying lip service here. Let's give them some minerals and offer them on their tell them to get on their way. Please don't crush us, because we are kind of weak, to be honest with you. We don't exactly have a mighty navy at this point.
Anomaly found.
Or any navy to speak of at all. We may have to start focusing a little bit more on the science ship, or sorry, the combat ships, rather than the other science options that we have been having. Do we still have that research in place? We do or don't? I don't think we have that research again.
Anomaly found.
We still have our research packed. It must be one of those things where if you are researching something that your partner knows, you'll get a strong boost to it, like a 25% boost. So I guess it depends on who is the lesser technologically advanced partner. They'll get the bonus out of that more than anyone else would. Okay, as soon as our main fleet upgrades, I'll go ahead and split these, or merge these two fleets.
Situation log updated.
Okay, what else is going on here? We've got... they are having a chance of famine here, a threat of famine. We've got plenty of food, so we will help however we can, because of course they are our partners on this planet. It's not just owned by us, right? And it's so much easier just to be a nice, chaotic, neutral type of empire. We're definitely playing the Paladins right now, so you know we're obligated to be the goody two-shoes for at least a little bit until someone really pisses us off. Okay, our colony ship is built. It's on its way to Isviria. We've got xenobiology completed, which is
System survey
awesome.
Complete.
Naval capacity. Let's go ahead and grab naval capacity in the event that we ever do start building up our fleet hardcore, because as you start building destroyers, they cost more fleet capacity, naval capacity per ship. So a destroyer might cost 2 points, while a corvette might only cost 1. Okay, so we're getting extra research, which is lovely, as always. Our construction ship is done. Let's have it start going crazy and building tons of minerals extracting devices. We'll do research as well. Research. Research here and research there. I think that should take care of everything. Who just got elected? Anatoly
System
Krutov,
survey complete.
who was a scientist on the ISS Zeng, which I'm guessing he was just replaced. Yeah, so he just straight up replaced the person who was there, who was our previous president. So we don't have a science ship without an officer. His mandate is orbital research stations. We actually might trigger that here on the next little bit. We've got 1, 2, maybe just 2 for the moment. Pyramid Schemes Incorporated. Cooperation will surely benefit us all, and they're actually pretty far away, so that's not too big of a deal. They're actually on the other side of the Holy Roman Empire. We really want to try to expand this direction and kind of get more territory, because I don't want to be locked in on this pipeline. I want to be able to expand as much as possible. Yeah, we don't care that you close your borders. You're pretty far away. That's our colony in colony speed increase. This is going to be a faster hyperdrive, which I like. But physics from physics researchers is also decent. Let's go ahead and do hyperlane research breach points. That's going to make everyone's travel a bit faster. And if we're responding to a threat with our fleets, that might be very important down the road. Okay, so our fleet power is at 511, which is pretty small potatoes when you think it and you compare it to other species. What's going on here? We've got overcrowding, and we have unemployment back on Earth. I did say I was going to try to work on these. Where'd it go? Civilian industries. Yep. So we're going to add civilian industries building here. That should take care of our problem with these consumer good need. And let's go ahead and re-enable planetary growth because we do have over 1,000 food. And we do have housing shortage and unemployment coming up at the next batch. So I guess we could go ahead and put down a... Let's go ahead and put down a generator district. That's going to give us, again, 2 jobs of each. So we'll get 2 housing plus 2 technician jobs. That'll take care of some of those issues there. We'll play it a little... I don't like to play too far ahead. I do like to kind of react as we go and have a general plan. But the nice thing is you can replace buildings. So in the event that we really needed to have suddenly law enforcement, we could replace something with a precinct house. But again, no one's really tried to bring any branch offices in our worlds yet. So the Megacorp side of the house, the Megacorp expansion, is not really being used by the holy side of One True Gilbert.
Complete.
I guess they're just, maybe we're just friendly enough.
Construction complete.
Do we want to invite them to become residents on our planets? They are conformists. They're weak and they have resettlement costs and they don't migrate that much. But they're communal. Maybe we could. They do like Savannah worlds. And Continental, so Continental gives them a plus 20. So they're not going to like our planet as much. They're basically Vulcan. I think the Vulcans also like those dry planets as well. This is an Arctic world. They wouldn't like that anyways. And Alpha Centauri also has another Arctic world that we could settle too, but no one really likes that. We'll finish out this small part of prosperity here, public works, which gives us an extra housing, which should immediately take care of the overcrowding problem in New Eden. Do we want to invite... I mean, they're a subversive cult. I don't know if we would know that. I mean, we would know them as maybe just, you know, focused on making money. I don't think we'd know anything about their, you know, the One True Gilbert cult. So I think we're going to invite them to migrate into our planet. And then, of course, we'll have access to theirs as well. So, again, it's just, it's filling your planets with extra species.
Construction complete.
Although I hope we're not emigrating. Oh, that's interesting. We're actually... Do we switch off? We're only growing a bugger right now? That's fascinating. Why are we growing buggers? Are they immigrating here? Do we have any? That's interesting. I wonder if it's because of the immigration factor. So this might represent someone is immigrating to Earth from somewhere else. I know there's like flat bonuses and negatives there for immigration.
Anomaly found.
It's kind of interesting. Okay, we'll go ahead and research that anomaly. Whatever they come to do, that's fine. They are our partners on that planet, and then therefore they get the rights to go to other worlds of ours. Good old buggers. Trust them. Trust me, they're fine. They're fine. I'm sure they won't turn around and kill us all. We'll tap off this fleet at 15. We're at 13 out of 15 right now. Maybe once we unlock destroyers, we'll try to make a couple destroyers for our fleet as well. Interesting. I mean, yeah, but we don't want someone else to get that weapon, right? We don't really want it to be in the hands of someone we don't trust. We trust ourselves because of course, we only promote the most driven and the most intelligent among the human race. So I think we're fairly trustworthy. Complete. Where was that at? The Zyvan Labs. Right here in Lothandra. So who's nearby? You're not quite nearby. You're not quite nearby there. Let's go ahead and just manually do these two things here. Let's do this research project, which has been put off for a bit, and this research project as well. Anything else we could do with these guys? There's something over here, a deep sea expedition. You know what? I'll tell you what. Let's have you finish surveying here, survey here, and then go and finish this research, this special project. This is a wormhole system over here, which is kind of cool. Don't go inside of it. It is slightly dangerous. It's not like Interstellar. You will not go to the interplanetary bookshelf of glory and awesomeness and dust. So probably will just die. Okay. I think we're coming up on a good point to put a cut in here. And we are just kind of continuing on and remembering where we were. It's been just so long since we played the last episode. And I do want to get this series going again because mostly I love Stellaris. I haven't been able to play it, and I wanted to see what's in the Le Guin update. So I'm looking forward to seeing how many other species are in here. Again, a lot of these species are from Quill. He released all of these species he's been kind of creating over time. So the tree hive, for example, probably another one of his. I'm not actually entirely sure. But we just found them, and then there's another abandoned gateway, and I honestly can't pause the game fast enough. Okay. There we go. And the tree hive is spread on the other side of the Church of the One True Gilbert. So we really don't know who's up this way. And that's going to become a priority for us over the next couple of episodes, is to find out who are our neighbors to the north of the quadrants here, the northern quadrants of the galaxy. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching this Let's Play of Stellaris. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. And let me know if you'd like to see any mods in particular on this. Stellaris does have quite a few mods, but I wanted to kind of go in here as vanilla in order to allow, because this is, you know, a pretty big update. It makes a lot of changes. So the mods that are super popular, like Star Trek, I will definitely do a Let's Play as the Star Trek, the overall Star Trek overhaul at some point when it does get updated to Le Guin. So thank you again so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video.